On this day in 1961, the first battle of the American Civil War occurred at Fort Sumter, South Carolina. To mark the 150th anniversary of this historic date, the Comstock Civil War Re-Enactors gathered by the Legends outlets and Sparks today to display historic uniforms, firearms, and other military artifacts. News 4's Will Von Tagen was there today to bring us more. It's all news tonight at 6.
You tend to learn more about anything when you get involved in it. Fire!
For the members of the Comstock Civil War Re-Enactors, bringing history to life is what they do best. To them, it's a chance to live life through a different set of eyes and experience a world that would otherwise be closed to them.
When we put on the garb, I become the person that existed during that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of acting involved. Like we take on our own personas sometimes, and it gets interesting.
But more often it goes beyond that. For the members of the club, it's a chance to learn more about their roots, how they got here, and what shaped them into the people they are today.
You know, who we are is very much formed by who our ancestors were and what our history is.
If you like history, you kind of like to impart it and teach it, and that's really what I like doing a lot.
And that's what the idea behind the group really boils down to. Not just reliving a day in history, but educating others as to why this is such an important time in the lives of all Americans.
If you want to understand who an American is in the 21st century, you need to understand what happened to this country in the Civil War.
It's amazing how little people really know about such a huge event in the history of this country.
And through the course of this mission, it's easy for things to go beyond the reenactment. Real emotions begin to get involved as the events happening start to hit home.
There's a moment when it stops being something you're out there doing and it becomes incredibly real.
And I get very emotional sometimes.
I've been in battles with tears pouring down my face. It was so real, and it makes you wonder how Americans could fight Americans.
So with that in mind, these figures of living history continue the effort to remind us that what we have and who we are today did not come without a price.
Those of us that do this seem to all have that same sort of feeling.
Doing this feels pretty special, I gotta tell you.
Will Von Tagen, News 4.
The 4 years of the war would be the bloodiest in American history, with over 618,000 casualties. It is the deadliest U.S. conflict to date.